Welcome back, everybody. So here we are with my review for Red Hulk, but I thought I would do, like last time when I did gray, I did gray and green together, so I thought I'd do red, gray, and green now that I got all three. This was not something I planned initially. I did not plan on having all three of them. My original plan was just to have green, and then the pictures came out for gray, and he just looked so impressive. So I canceled green, got gray, and you guys heard the story before. And so I went ahead and ended up getting green and gray. After I got gray, I just loved it so much. I just kind of felt I wanted to have red also. Red Titan, as you guys know, Joe Man, he loved red, liked it better than green. So thought I'd take a chance and get red. And so here are my feelings about it. So anyway, first let me just say that red looks pretty impressive. Now, of course, we're dealing with a sculpt that's very much the same as the other two, or the other two are very much the same as this sculpt. What really makes red not better per se, but really makes red stand out, in my opinion, is the fact that red, and especially with the exclusive head that I have on right now, is that I believe this was the original sculpt and how the artist intended it to be. This raging head sculpt, which is the exclusive, just fits the pose the best. I mean, his traps are so big because he's in a rage mode, and so his traps are flexed, and he's really angry. Now it looks good with the smiling, sinister regular head also. So I don't want to take anything away from that. This is definitely the best as far as what the two heads have to offer. You could put the smiling, sinister head on, and you're doing just fine. But the exclusive head, I think, just fits the piece better. It just flows really well. Also, it's the way it's sculpted is it just fits. It's got more texture to it, like the rest of the Hulk body. I believe that Sideshow's original intent was maybe just to do a Red Hulk. I don't know this for a fact. I have no reason to believe that, other than when they sculpted him. He's got the veins in his chest and shoulders, and those of you who read Hulk comics know that that's how they draw Red Hulk. He just has more veins, and regular old Green Hulk tends not to be that veiny. And that's one of the things that stood out about Red Hulk. But uh, yeah, anyway. That's what I think they did, and that's why I think that the Gray Hulk and Green Hulk's heads don't match quite as well with the body as the Red Hulk does. But anyway, so I'm a big fan of the Raging Head exclusive. It just, one of the reasons though is because it makes it help stand out more from the other two, because the other two both kind of have clenched teeth, not showing so much, and this one has an open mouth, and so it just kind of helps it stand out a little more. The paint apps on red I really like. I like the shading they used, and think that it works very well. It really stands out. The gives them the definition, shows off the muscle definition quite a bit. Even though I like the shading, there's something, and it could just because it's red, I don't know, there's something a little cheap looking about the red paint. I don't know. It's not as classy looking as the other two. Well, well, green's just painted a little better, but lacking some of the shading that red gets. So I don't know. It's kind of a toss up. Which one is like by far like the better one? But I like red better, in all honesty, and mostly because I think the sculpt just flows better. Sideshow did get kind of weird and sloppy with the base, but I think the base is supposed to look kind of like he's he's hot. The Red Hulk runs hot, and like things are kind of melting and bubbling a little bit. I think that might be what Sideshow was going for with this base somewhere. Just like the Iron Man piece here kind of has some, looks like bubbling paint almost. I don't know. I'm not sure that's exactly what they're going for, but it works anyway. And the base is like not that important to me. I love the head sculpt. it's kind of hard to see the X that's on his head from Thor's hammer. And that's fine. I kind of like not seeing the X so much because I kind of like just having this be its own part, not specifically to any story. But like I said, I really like the exclusive head, but I like the regular head also. So you go either way. Regular head is actually more personality to what the real Red Hulk is. More of that sinister, kind of in control. You know, it's General Ross after all. Spoiler alert. So it's more of a conniving, thinking Hulk. So not so much a raging. But I just think this. I just really love the exclusive head on this, and just think it looks great with the red with the raging head. So anyway, so just to kind of show you the back and how they did the shading there, and you can see that lots of good shading. The spine. Sorry, it's getting a little blurry here, but just looks good. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out here is a lot of people had a lot of problems with the fact that there was a gap, or that you know these heads are removable, and you can see the gap. And if you'll notice, I have these posed at 3 different angles, and there is no gap issues from any of these 3 angles. So unless you're going to have them full blown to the side, there's, in my opinion, not an issue with the gap. It looks fine. All 3 look fine from this angle, from the angles that they're at. So personally, I don't mind. And even when you can get kind of farther off to the side, I don't really have a problem with the gaps on any of these. I think they look fine. Yeah, the paint maybe doesn't blend so well, but again, I don't have an issue with it. I don't see the problem that a lot of people. Maybe I just got 3 good ones. I don't know. There's the exclusive green head. Just kind of was making sure it was on good. Again, probably that's a great head sculpt. In my opinion, it doesn't fit the body as well. It's just, you know, his traps are flexed and everything else. Yet here he is. He's almost in not a calm state, but but a bewildered, confused state. I don't know. But it just doesn't fit. It's still a good sculpt, and I can see going with it. I said this before, and I mean no insult to people love it. I hate the regular head sculpt. I think it's the worst Hulk sculpt, face sculpt I've seen. I think a lot of it has to do with the hair, but so I prefer the exclusive head. But even with the other head on, it doesn't sell the. I hate the head so much. It doesn't matter what you do with it. You put that head on, and I just think it just ruins the sculpt. Period. So, but I like the exclusive head. I just it doesn't fit as well, in my opinion, as the red, or fit as well as the gray. Now the gray is just at another level of the compared to the other 2. I think the gray is far and beyond the best one. I just love. I'm trying to make sure I keep this in focus. The teeth on this are phenomenal. They look real. I don't know if the camera picks that up or not, but they look real in person. And the gums and everything, they look so cool. And I talked about this in my last review. It's one of the things that I love that Sideshow did, and that was let me take this off. Was they hollowed out the mouth so they could put the teeth in separate, and I love the effect it gave. I think it's one of the things that makes these pieces just a little different and a little more detailed than other Hulk pieces or other statues in general. They did the same thing with this mouth, and I think it looks cool there, and I thought it looked good. I didn't think it looked good on the regular head, as everybody knows. It got a little of that paint run and everything, but on gray, it just looks great. Green looks great also. You just don't see it as much. It doesn't, there's not as much teeth showing on that one. But for gray, it really looks good. Like I said, I like the exclusive orange shirt. I did not expect to like that so much, but just great piece. Red does not have those sculpted teeth. Well, those separate sculpted teeth, I should say. They are just there and sculpted with the head. If I take this off, you can see it's fully solid. And it's weird because it's a lot lighter than gray and green. Well, you'd think it would be heavier, being that there's no opening for the teeth. But it's still a good piece regardless. And I like it. I think it's great. Like I said, I love I love, again, I want to just, the back, you can see where they really did some shading here. And it's probably my one complaint about the green is not a whole lot of shading. I mean, there's this spine, I think, and not as much shading as maybe could have been done, just to help it stand out a little bit. But green is nice. It's just definitely, of the three, is my third favorite. And if I was to compare it with the rest of my Hulk collection, which I have the Maquette King Hulk, of course, and the Comicat, is if I was to compare it with those, this green is actually my least favorite of all my Hulks. Now, that's not to say that's a bad thing, because I love me some Hulk. But it's, of all my Hulks, it's something's got to be last, and that's it. King Hulk being my first. I think Gray Hulk might be my second. We'll give it some time and see what comes of that. Comic Cat's probably my third favorite, or close second, or whatever. Red Hulk and Maquette, pretty close. Probably I like the Maquette a little more. Just more of a traditional guy, like regular green. But I really like this red Hulk. I think it's really turned out well. It kind of getting this encouraged me to read the Red Hulk comics again, and kind of appreciating the character a little more. I wasn't nuts that it was General Ross when I first read the comics, and it kind of drove me up the wall a little bit. First of all, you kind of saw it coming. You weren't sure, but then you started guessing, oh, it's probably Ross and everything, and then it turned out to be Ross, and I just kind of hated that General Ross got to be something so cool and everything. Well, reading it again, I'm kind of appreciating that it's Ross, and as I'm reading it, I know it's Ross. Some of the dialogue just kind of is a little cooler knowing that it's Ross saying it and everything, and so I'm appreciating the comic a little more, and so therefore I'm appreciating the character a little more. And plus, he's always been cool looking. There's no denying that. So very happy with this purchase. He did come broken. I ended up dealing with the broken leg issue that a lot of people have had to deal with, and it's kind of weird because Sideshow seemed to definitely fix that problem, because no such problems with green or gray. But definitely, some people have had that problem with red. I got it from a great seller who was, I did not blame at all for it happening, since I know it happens, and we're kind of trying to fix things with UPS as far as repairs and resellability. If I can get like a little bit of a discount. We had it insured, get a little bit of the insurance, but that's the only fault I find with the piece. This piece got a lot of hate when it first came out, and I can see with the leg, people getting broken legs and stuff like that. Of course, it's easy enough to glue back on if you get the right kind of glue and everything, because that's what Sideshow did in the first place. So usually for me, it was just like the glue came off, and you could see where it was, and I put the glue back on. But anyway, so Sculpt, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Face Sculpt, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Paint Apps, I'd give a 8 out of 10 for, and that base is bad though, so, I mean, that was bad. So I'd give this an 8 out of 10. Gray, paint, sculpt, of course, head sculpt, everything, 10. Base, 10. He's a 10. I don't give out 10s very often. Gray Hulk is a 10. He's perfect. Green Hulk, good paints, 8 for paint. Body sculpt, of course, a 10. Head sculpt, 8 maybe, just mostly because of it just doesn't fit the piece as much. Probably was one of my problems with the original Grail Hulk, was the head sculpt just didn't. It was kind of, he was just kind of had that apish look, and I understand that's Kirby's Hulk and everything, but translating to statue, it just doesn't work as well for me. But nothing against the original Grail Hulk. I regret selling that baby. But anyway, base on this, good. So, what I give? I give Red Hulk 8 out of 10, so 7.5 out of 10 and a 10. So anyway, and just saying on the base, those of you if you have all three, I kind of tried to change the that cord around a little bit. I kind of put it in a different place, just try to get the bases to look a little different. So, but anyway, so all three Hulks, great sculpts. If depending on which one you like best, I'd go out and get it because these guys are selling out quick and the prices are starting to go up. You can get the regular of that, and you're probably sitting pretty good, even though I prefer the exclusive head. Gray, you could get the regular of that. I wouldn't call it an X or fail, though it is for me because it turned out that I love the shirt so much, but it helps differentiate. Just one more thing that helps differentiate from the other two. And green, sorry guys, I think that is an X or fail, but if you like the regular head, then great. I do not. It's definitely, in my opinion, X or fail. So anyway, I'm happy with them. Somebody asked me, my best friend said, would you ever sell one? You got three of the same piece. Would you end up selling one? Um, I'm trying to make a rule here of not selling any Hulks. I've sold Hulks before, not just the original Grail. I've sold my Bowen Hulks and stuff, and I regret selling those. And maybe I'm going to go back and getting them and everything. I'm thinking about going back and trying to pick them up. I have no place to display them though. I'm really running out of room. I got like 5 or 6 more pieces still coming, and I just put up a new shelf today for my some of my pieces, so I've made myself some more room in my Bestas and stuff like that. But I'm not sure what. I think what if I do anything, I'm going to put them in a box and keep them up, safe and secured in the attic. And that way, if I feel like getting them out and looking at them again, I can. So I don't think I'm going to sell any of them. Gray will always stay out. Green and red, I could see putting them away for a little bit and getting them out on special occasions, like when a new Avengers movie's coming out or something like that, or Hallelujah, if a new Hulk movie comes out. I'm looking forward to Thor, so good. I'm glad that Hulk's going to be in that one. So anyway, yeah. So big props to Red Titan, Geoman. He said I was going to like red, and I do. He loved red. They both liked the red more than green. But in my opinion, gray is king, and king is king. But gray is the best of the three, and red is very good. Red is great. Red is great. Don't want to put that down at all. And green is very good. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Not sure which statue I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to do one of my movie statues. I don't know if I've done too many movie statues other than Freddy and Boba Fett. So I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching. Bye.